Dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be diving into another wonderful room on the TryHackMe, which is OMI web server. Before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. I'd like to take this video to showcase some useful techniques for pen testing. The first one I'm going to demonstrate is how to exploit a specific version of Apache 2, which is one of the most popular web software or web middleware. And also I'm going to show you how to make privilege escalation and how to make pivoting. And last of all, I'd like to showcase how to escape container by exploiting a specific service, OMI. So without any further ado, let's head over to Kali Linux VM to begin with. And this is the IP address. I'd like to copy the IP address of the target machine from the room and put over here. So what are we going to do next? We need to perform port and service scanning with a map. To save the time of this video, I've already completed before, so now we can get out its result. As you can see here, I took the options like scene scan, the version scan, default script scan, followed by the ON to output the result into a data file. Although you can notice here, the IP address of the target machine has been changed since I respawned the target machine. Anyhow, this will not affect our demonstration. From the map scanning, we can tell the target machine has two open ports. The first one, 22. Its surface is SSH or secure shell surface. And also we can get the version information, including its exact version number. I don't think we can find any workable exploit for this particular version of OpenSSH. Okay, let's move on. The second open port, 80, the surface is HTTP, and also we can get the version information Apache 2. So what we are going to do next, we need to enumerate this web application both manually and automatically. Let's fire up the browser to perform manual enumeration first. We can put the IP address into the address bar of the browser. The site is loaded beautifully, and we can scroll down. Yeah, this is the amazing website. However, the static pages from perspective of penetration, which means we cannot get anything useful from those pages. And also we can check its source code. Sometimes source code can reveal something important or sensitive, but it's not this case. Next, we can try to retrieve or access its robots file. Not found. Next, we can launch Nikto to perform comprehensive enumeration. And Nikto can gather information about web application from a variety of aspects, such as version information, and also like request a header, allowed HTTP methods, and so on and so forth. But I don't think we can find such useful information in this case. To save time, I'd like to interrupt it here. And so also if you want, we can launch dirb or GoBuster to perform a directory enumeration. Here I'm using dirb. I just want to show you different choices or different utilities we can take. And sometimes we need to integrate or try different utilities. But anyhow, in this case, we can't get very much or useful directories or pages from dirbuster or maybe gobuster. Okay, so I'd like to interrupt it here. So we have already done almost everything what we can as usual, but so far nothing very interesting or useful. What are we going to do next? Actually, attack vector lies in the Apache, and we can use such as Sprite, or alternatively we can use exploit database website or Google to make some research. And here I'm using the local utility such as Sprite to see whether this version is vulnerable or not. Indeed, it's vulnerable, and we can get back this list of available exploits. But of course, Tomcat is not what we want. But this one, I think we should try it, and we can copy. We can use the M option. It's done, and we can get out this shell script. Very simple shell script, and the description or information about the exploit itself, and then have if statement. So from this line, we can see this shell script will accept two positional arguments. The first one is the file, and the second one is the command we can run. Okay, and the two types of command, the file, and also we can run command, right? Like OMI. So what we can do next? I think first of all we need to, generate or create this targets file. We can echo, and then we can, launch this shell script targets, and I'd like run password file to see whether we can get back, but something wrong. And next, I'm going to run a second command. Who am I? This command has been executed as we expected, the daemon. So this is the identity of the user on the target machine. So what are we going to next? We attempt to get initial foothold on the target machine by running reverse shell commands. Okay, let me show you what I mean in action. And we can try to run commands like we can copy from maybe here. We can copy and we need to do some sort of a modification. Replace this IP address and the port number, the bash. Okay, so now we can copy. Of course, we need to set up. Of course, I have already set up a listener before, waiting for a collection from the target machine. Okay, so now we can try to run reverse command. If this command won't work, and then we can try different method or different commands. Okay, we can press enter. As you can see, we successfully got a back collection from the target machine. Beautiful. And so the Python 2 is not available. So how about Python 3? And the Python 3 is available. And I like to import PTY module, because I have to spawn a stable shell. Okay, it's done. So from the host name, we can tell we are within container. And also we can go to the home directory, the home. Nothing here. Now we navigate to root directory. From this file dockerenv, we can know we are indeed within container, and we need to escape from the container, right? But before we do that, I think first of all we need to make privilege escalation. So how to do? Maybe I can define environment variable first. So then we can clear screen to get a bigger space on the window. Okay, it's better for you, I think. And now we can go to the temp directory. I'm going to upload NinPeer shell script to perform automatic enumeration. And I've already got this script ready. Yes, right over here. Yeah, this one. So next, we need to transfer this file to the target machine or the container, target container. So how to do? The easiest way is to set up a web server with Python locally on the Linux, and then we can use like a wget, use the queue, but we need to check its availability first. Unfortunately, wget is not available. So how about a queue? Queue command is available. Fantastic. So then we can use queue command. So the IP address of the Linux. Okay. Oh, I need to use the unlike wget when we, access or download the file. We need to use option of -o. Let me do it again. NinPeers. Okay. So now it's transferring. Okay, it's done. And we need to make it executable to run it. And then we can run this wonderful script. When we attempt to make privilege escalation or lateral movement, in most cases, we should make use of this script to conduct automatic enumeration. And this script can gather information about the machine from so various aspects, such as processes information, active ports, cron job, binaries, which have SUID bit, binaries with capabilities, and even can enumerate out some sensitive files which contains some like password or username. So this is a very, very powerful script when we try to make privilege escalation or lateral movement. Let's scroll up a bit. We can see what we have already got. So the container capabilities. Nothing useful. And this is the container ID. Rootless Docker, no. Some local exploits, but I'm not going to take the local exploits to make a privilege escalation. Environment. IP address of the Linux. Even our IP address has been saved in the environment variable. Useful? Let's scroll down to see whether it's done or not. So cron job. So check easy, privilege escalation, exploits, and write permissions. SUID. Files with capabilities. And this version of Python 3 has capability of set UID. For example, we can set, of course, the current user ID is not 0. This is a normal user. But because of capability of Python 3, we can set its UID to 0, and then we can run some additional commands. Okay, I'm going to do this. So how to do? So Python 3 and import OS module, OS set UID to 0, and then we can run system bin bash. Okay, now we are become root user. Beautiful. And but we are still within the container. So how to do next? And we can, so how to escape from the container? We need to gather the network information. So how to do the, we can get the current IP address, but IP command is not found. So how about this one? So the IP address of a container is this. So very probably the host, the IP address of the host would be 0.0.1. But I think we can upload the map binary to this container to make a scanning, network scanning, okay? And so how to do? I've already got this binary already. You can download it from GitHub. If you have trouble finding this binary, please let me know in the comment box below. Okay, so now we can transfer this binary to the target machine or the container. We can use Q as well. And now it's transferring. It's a bit big, right? So the IP address of the canonics is correct. But it looks like there is some sort of not a problem. So what's wrong here? The Q command, the tunnel is okay. The server, web server is running, but it seems it's not working. Let me ping the target machine. I need to make sure the target machine is alive. Yes, it's alive. So what's wrong? The Q command. I think I need to repeat this process. Okay, see you later. Sorry, my bad. I misspelled the IP address of the Kali Linux. Let me do it one more time. We can copy from notebook. So this way, we will not make any mistake, right? The map. So now I think it's working. Beautiful. You know, when we try to make pivoting, this is very important technique. Although, of course, sometimes we need to create the bash shell script, but the map is more powerful, okay? And we need to make it executable. And then we can run we launch the map and to make complete same or full range port scan. And we can, oh, sorry. I think first of all, I need to know what machines are online or alive on the same network, right? Press enter. So just we guessed previously, the host machine, the IP address of the host is this one. So next we can launch the map again, but this time I want to make surface detection or scanning. And we can specify the IP address of this host. Press hit enter. This is going to take a bit of while, so see you later. All right, I'm back. As you can see over here, in order to make this process faster, I changed the option of -P. I changed the port range to scan. I also put this option to make it faster, even faster. From the results we can see, we find this open port 5986. And if we use Google to make some research, as a matter of fact, this service is some sort of OMI agent. So the OMI agents are commonly found installed on Azure Linux servers. And actually, this service is vulnerable to this exploit. And so next, to escape from the container, I need to make use of this exploit. I've already made a clone this Git repository. So next, I have to transfer this exploit Python script to the target file. Okay, so how to do? Let me use wget. No, not wget. We can use q, and we can copy the IP address of Kali Linux, port number, and the file name of this exploit. But also we need to use the -o option. We can use the same file name. Okay, it's done. And we can get out this Python script to see what it's about. So we can give two arguments, the target, the IP address of the target, and also we can run command. Okay, so how to do? We can run like Python 3 py and the target is this one, and the command is like OMI. So the command is executed. Also, we can run more commands like got py, like password. We successfully retrieved the content of a password file. So what we are going to next, we try to get the shell on the host, right? And by running some sort of reversal commands, okay? And actually, we can run this kind of similar command, but with different port number, like 66. And we can set up another listener on the Linux. Okay, and we can copy this command. But now I think we need to copy and then command. We can use the double quotes, right? We can copy, paste in here. But it seems it's not working. So we need to, we need to take a different approach to get a reverse shell. And actually, when I did the machine the first time, I tried many different reverse commands like Python, but none of them can work. So here, I'd like to try different way. Okay, let me show you what I mean in action. And we can do this way. We can echo, or not echo, like shell. And we can copy this command without double quotes. We can copy and paste in here. And then we need to transfer it to the target machine. So how to do? Let me copy the command. The command is, we can, oh, not this one. So Q HTTP shell, and we can save to temp shell. Okay. I think it's done. So now we can run this shell script. And then I think we should get another shell which belongs to the host. In other words, we can escape from the container. So we can run bash temp shell. Let's press enter. As you can see, we have already got back another collection. And from the host name, we can tell we are now have already escaped from the container. And then we can navigate to root directory. And then we can get the root flag without any problem. And also we forgot to grab the user flag. So maybe, this should be, I think we can close. And we can go to the home directory. Nothing here. So find user flag, right? Find name user txt type. So where is, yes, we can find the root user flag. So this is the user flag. Of course, this one is in the container. Okay, so anyhow, we have already completed this loom. All right, that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you next. Bye. Have a nice day, please.